Hi, everybody. This is Phil Vassar. Welcome.
Hi. Are you Phil Vassar?
Are you Phil Vassar too? This is Mary Kay with Country Music Matters, and welcome, Phil, to Vegas.
Hi, Mary Kay.
Hi, Phil.
Good to see you, honey.
You good to be seen. You haven't been out here in a long time.
It has been
It's been a
bit.
long time. Are there places? There's a lot of things going on here, but are there certain places that you just have to go every time you're in town, or at least try to get to?
Like in Vegas?
Yeah, like a go-to place.
Well, I mean, of course, you can't ever do all of it here, you know, and I think that's what I like about it. But I always like going out too to Red Rocks and all that stuff. I think it's so pretty. It's a great place to hike, and if you're outdoorsy like me, I like that. But yeah, I mean, I love to hit all the hot spots. But you know, it seems like you're just never here long enough to do it, you know. So you kind of have to pick and choose. And, you know, plus we're working at the same time, so it's not like you have a lot of time. But it's always fun to come to Vegas. I love it.
Yeah, Vegas is a happening place.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. You're always busy, full tour schedule. You're getting ready to go over to the UK.
We are. We're leaving in a couple of weeks to be over there for a couple of weeks. You know, we're in London and Glasgow and Manchester and Dublin. And we're doing all that again, and so it's exciting. And you know, I always love going over there. It's really fun. It's interesting, and you know, they're out. Their take on our music is really cool. You know, it's fun to see people that love. You know, they're very interested in everything you've ever done. I mean, they know your catalog, they know your albums. I never forget the first time I went to London and played. And I was sitting there and I started. So I'm like, well, nobody's gonna know my music here. They knew every song. They sang it. I could stop and they sang it to me. I went, this is weird. You know, and even in Italy or Munich I mean, we have an interpreter on stage. And you know, they're singing Six Pack Summer in perfect English, and of course they haven't. You know, I can't even understand what they're saying when they talk to me. So it's really cool, and it's power of music, and I love that.
Now, since you've been over there a few times, do you see the same fans at your shows like you do here in the U.S.?
Well, I think you do, yeah. But I think the cool thing is it really grows incrementally. I think a lot of times here, you know, a lot of times it seems. You know, of course, you know, you're the hottest, you're the shiny new car, so you're all over radio, so everybody's all over it, and sometimes it'll do this, it'll kind of die down or whatever, but I think, you know, you have your core fans, you know, over there, to me, it's really been building, which is interesting to see, you know, when you're not even, you know, getting played on the radio or anything like that, so it's a whole different type of business model, really, you know, and you know, but it's always fun to come home and play, you know.
Now, is it pretty fast-paced over there, or just very laid back, like they say?
Well, I think the music, well, they're getting the crowds are really getting more intense, which I thought was interesting to see too. You know, especially, I mean, I know Italy, you know, we put Milan or the Germans or whatever. It's a different kind of thing, you know. But they love, you know, if they love your music, they let you know, which is really kind of fun. You know?
Now, you snuck in this album announcement, unless I missed it earlier. You got a new album coming out, Look Back Forward. Mm-hmm. Then you got a new single, Fall Crazy, on iTunes.
Uh-huh.
You've got a different approach this time to releasing this album.
You know, yeah, I think for me now, what I want to do is, you know, the cool thing is not having somebody tell me when I can put a record out, when I can do this. And so I have a lot of songs. I'm a writer, so I've been writing songs for a long time that are never, you know, that never get heard. So I mean, I want people to start hearing some of these songs. So we're going to probably be releasing video every couple of months, a new single every couple of months, and you know, new records. So I think it's just a, you know, whether it's for anybody, for nobody else but our fans, which I really want them to hear our music, because I think we have a lot of stuff that never ever, you know, really got heard. So.
And you're going to release it in the UK?
Yes, yeah. The record it comes out. As a matter of fact, it just came out in the UK, so we're going over there to support it this next week, so that's exciting, you know. And I thought Look Back Forward was cool, you know. It's just like everybody looks back at your career and you're like, I say, you know, it's time to turn back around and go and start heading forward again, you know. And I think, I don't know where that kind of came from, but I said Look Back Forward just seemed like a cool name, and you know, a lot of the songs, you know, we actually recut My Chevrolet and Amazing Grace, and we're re-releasing them. We just recut them, and I love them. I love the new versions of those songs. And, you know, there are two songs that I really thought should have been singles at some point, you know, so now we're going to let them be released as singles. And so that's exciting, too. But like you said, it's a different day, and it's just time to do something different.
Now, you and Kelly Pickler had a great success on your Christmas tour. How did that duo come together? You guys were a great pairing.
You know what? It was great. I love Kelly so much, and she's such a, a hoot to be with. And Kyle. I mean, we really had a lot of fun, and it just came out of nowhere. It's like, you want to do a Christmas tour? Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to do it again this year, which because both of us are rocking. She's doing all of her TV stuff. It's getting two artists together to do any tour ever. It's so hard. But I mean, I tell you, I was really. Really lucky to do it, really blessed, and I had fun with her, and singing with it's the first time I've ever done a tour with a girl, and we could sing and do duets. We did Islands in the Stream, and so, I mean, it was so fun, and so hopefully one of these days we'll get to do that again. That would be nice.
Now, would you be interested in writing something with Kelly?
Well, of course, I love Kelly, and Kelly and I've talked about writing together, and the Naughty List just kind of came out. I was like, we need to write. She goes, you need to write a song. I said, okay. so ended up, wrote Naughty List, and I love that song. It came out really good, and it's fun with her. She's perfect, and for that. And but yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we're looking at maybe doing some kind of a Christmas thing again this year. I don't know exactly what it'll be, but it'll be something.
Now, you're very interactive with your fans. You do a lot of fun contests. How do you feel that impacts who you are and what happens?
You know what? It's fun because I have really, really good folks. With my team, my management team, and my social media team. It's like they'll talk about, say, yeah, but what if we do this? I'm like, great idea, because it's not me coming up with it. So I mean, I got to give credit where credit's due. They're really, really, they're really fun, and I love that people interact with me on these things, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. I mean, I really have.
What has been the longest bus run that you guys have had on a tour?
Oh my God. Well, we've been on, Canada all the way down to the States. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. I mean, I can't imagine. I do know we played the Alaska State Fair one time, and then had to fly to Charleston, South Carolina, which took us like 2 days to get there. I mean, that's like the longest flight in the whole world. But it was good. We had fun doing it. But it was one of those things. Who planned that, right? It's like, don't ever do it again.
What are some of the things you have to have on the bus when you tour, or even when you fly, or when you go places?
Well, my noise canceling headphones. My music. My earplugs. I do earplugs. And a lot of coffee. Matter of fact, I need some coffee right now. Did you bring some? Oh, no. No, it's
yeah, hang on. I'll call room service.
Yeah, that's what we need.
So you got a busy year coming up. You got touring, you got your fan club party, and you've got any more songs from the Cellars coming up?
We're getting ready to, we're going to be on PBS. It's picking up songs from the Cellar, starting, I think, end of April, it looks like, or early May or something. So we're excited about that. So the first year we'll start airing, with the first, we're just talking about the Tommy Show on episode with me and Tommy, and of course John Rich, and Carrot Top was on, Mike Tyson. I've had some amazing guests, Peter Frampton, and so yeah, I'm excited. So we will start working on the next season soon. So but you actually have to be in Nashville to do it, so physically. So there's a lot of that, So I've been working, just trying to get my ducks in a row for all that. Of course, my daughter's doing her own thing now in New York. I'm working on records, and so I've been working with her too a lot.
Are you going to slow down any this year?
This year, I did take a knee surgery break, so I had 3 weeks off. So that's pretty good for me. But we that's just how we operate. We are a touring act. We love it, and I love to play. And I'm having more fun playing now than I've ever had in my whole life. No pressure. I don't have to worry about somebody telling me what to do, and what songs, or what's going to happen, or this and that. It's really now just about playing music, and I think that's what I fell in love with. That's why I'm here, and that's why I do what I do. So I'm having more fun now than ever.
Now, where can they fans find this new music? Is it on iTunes, and on at your shows you'll have the CD?
Yeah, the CDs. Of course, on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, all of these things, all of these different platforms. We're trying to get it out as much as we can, and so we're trying to keep as active as we can on our website and do as much as we can. But it's just all, for me, it's old school. It's about touring and touring and touring and touring and still going out there and meeting folks and playing our music. And so, hey, I remember him. He's not terrible.
Well, this album came out quicker than your last one did.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to.
Well, it did. You had to, when you're always dealing with labels or this or, it's like we've had to, there's always legalities or this and that. We just threw this thing out. It's more of a European release as we do that, and we'll put it out here, and then I love the American Soul record, summer record and stuff, and the stuff we got to cut. Of course, cutting Island Boy was a lot of fun. I always wanted to do that, and Kenny and I wrote that song years ago, and so I Wish You Were Beer with John Rich and stuff. It's been a fun record, and we'll do some of that stuff tonight, of course, but. Of course, you get to go back and do your hits, and we don't have a set list, and it's like we just go out and start playing our music. And what do you want to play now? Take requests, no set list, and I love that. It makes the show spontaneous, and it's real, and that's how I like it.
Well, Phil, we thank you so much for your time. We look forward to the show tonight, and stay safe on the road.
Viva Las Vegas!
Bye, Phil.